Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I'm one of the hosts this afternoon, Michael, followed by other host, Kat.
Hello.
And, man, we were going to talk about something. We kind of, we could, I guess, all right, so I guess we could start with the fact that are you actually going to play Fortnite just because Hatsune Miku is in it?
I already play Fortnite.
Do you?
Yeah.
Since
actively.
when? I feel like I've never once heard you talk about playing Fortnite.
Well, you don't watch my Twitch.
That's true.
I don't know, at this point, this is my third battle pass, so I don't know how many months is that?
I don't know.
So, I don't know.
It's not
almost
super long, though,
almost
right?
like 6 months, I guess.
Okay, so not super long.
6 months actively, but I've played Fortnite before that.
It was never my battle royale of choice.
I always because I'm not a big FPS person, so I liked it because there's other things you could do but shoot guns, because they add other stuff. So
right.
I mean, now I shoot guns, but before, my favorite thing to do, I still do it, but before, exclusively, I pretty much would just get in a car, play some tunes, and run people over.
Okay.
And that was my killing of choice. And so that's just what I would like to do. I was always just like the getaway driver.
Gotcha.
And then that's what I would do. I mean, I still do it, but less, especially when I'm playing solos.
Right.
You kind of have to get out and then.
At some point.
Yeah. I mean, if they're really bad, you can just keep running them over.
Sure.
Yeah. So, especially, I mean, it depends on the game mode, because in OG, which I hate OG, and I only played it for the XP when they added that back in, and everybody was freaking out, and they're like, oh my god, OG is back, I can't believe it. That shit fucking sucks.
Yeah, I just, because I tried Fortnite, me and my friends, back when it came out.
So you should try it not OG, because maybe you'd have fun.
I don't know.
Because OG is not fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I started with PUBG first because I think at the time it was free, or still, I don't remember but and I mean, that game's a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, insanely fun, because I would only play when we had a 4-team.
Mm-hmm.
And just the dumb shit we would do. And then I think we went to Apex, and then Apex was like our game of choice. But like, I'm just not a big battle royale guy. Like, they're fine, but I am nowhere near good enough to be able to win at least in a consecutive amount that I feel enjoyment. Not that I need to win to feel enjoyment. But.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I like fucking around more than winning, but I do win a good amount. So like. Yeah,
like, I mean, yeah, it's not like I need to be like, if I lost, it's like, this game's terrible, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
Besides like the bit of it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, like, it's one of those games that just like people that have way more time sunk into this than I ever could.
Yeah.
And just so much better than I am. It's kind of like the Call of Duty thing where like you're no longer a 12-year-old that can spend their entire life playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So now you go into Call of Duty as a almost 30-year-old man, and you just have 12-year-olds yelling racial slurs at you and fucking headshotting you all the time, and you're like, I understand why the older people hated me.
Well, I don't play with randos, so like that's why like I play solos if like I don't have friends to play with,
right? Like,
because I don't want that. Like, so though I do see the clips of like people playing with like random children, and I have seen the really toxic ones, but usually it's like a really cute, like wholesome little kid. Like there was like this one where he crown for my princess, like saying,
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, oh my god, he's gotta be like 6 years old. Like, how is he doing this?
COD multiplayer, like not like Warzone, but just like multiplayer, it is a minefield of like, if someone was listening in on this, so many political careers are ruined.
I don't know, like it. So because okay, wait. So the other thing that I've been doing in Fortnite, because like they have so many different game modes, they've also done the thing, and I don't know when they introduced this because I've only gotten really into Fortnite, like I said, past like 6 months or whatever. It's kind of like, you know, like Roblox, where they have anybody can create any game, whatever in it, and you can do that. So they made like a Squid Games game mode in it. So you go through like the different games virtually in it, and you do that. And so I've been playing that one a lot, though I don't know if I'll keep doing it because it gets repetitive. So it's
Did you watch Squid Games?
I'm on. So I watched the first season on, because I don't have Netflix myself, so I only get to watch it at Ryan's house, but Ryan won't watch with me. So it's only when Ryan's doing something that I get to watch it. So
I won't even watch it with you.
He doesn't want to. So
okay.
He just doesn't. He thinks that it got too famous, that like he doesn't like the direction that it was going, which I get, because I have a little
Your boyfriend has a weird opinion sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't blame him. I think he should have just give it a try and like watch it. He's saying that without even, you know, anything.
Without watching it.
Exactly.
Okay. Like I said, he has weird opinions. He also feels like randomly has hipster opinions.
Yeah, right.
Like,
but
I quite enjoy Ryan. Random opinions on that man.
But like, true. But at the same time, which I did not tell him because I didn't want to validate him. Not that he watches the podcast, so he will never be validated. So I did. So Liz watched Squid Games, and she told me, which I didn't like, but I want to watch the season and form my own opinions about it, so I'm going to. But, you know, I have some spoilers about it and about how you watched it.
I'm 5 episodes in. I forget if I've watched episode 5 or I'm on episode 5.
It's not really a spoiler about what happens. It's just more about how it's
I mean, so far
written.
I would say it's
Do you care if I say it? It's more about the writing than
that it's kind of the same thing.
No, about can I just say it?
I guess.
It's just more that they wrote it to set up a season 3 versus more like paying attention to like the content of like what it actually is.
Right.
So like they're really just setting up a like franchise for themselves versus then just like really writing that plot and like paying attention to that,
at least
which I
give
don't
it
like.
this, that at least the next part is in June. So like we're not waiting 2 years.
Yeah, that's not bad then. I don't mind that as much. I didn't have that context.
Yeah, because I knew that because I forget if it's a 3rd season or it's like part 2 of
I think it's
season
gonna
2.
be part 2
Yeah.
if that's what it is then.
But it is like mid
Okay, that's not bad then, because all Liz said was it sets up for season 3, but I'm gonna think it's like a part 2 if it's coming that quickly.
So far,
but that's not bad. But again, I was gonna watch it anyways because I want to form my own opinions about it.
Be an educated hater.
Exactly. So
yeah, I mean, like I said,
I'm
5
on
episodes
episode 3.
in. I'm not gonna spoil, but it's just so far. It does just kind of feel like the same thing, like it's just kind of going through the same motions, like, but with more info.
Yeah, like I mean, that's all it really can be, because with the info that I have of being in episode 3, he inserts himself into the games.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it's gotta be like the same thing.
I don't know. It feels like maybe there was another way to deliver it.
I don't know how they would though.
I wouldn't know either.
That's why Ryan wasn't interested. Like that's why he was just like, I just don't.
But also, I mean,
it should have just been a one and done.
It should have been. Yes.
And that's why he was just like, it was too famous, and that's why they wanted to keep going with it. It was a money grab. I have no interest in this. I don't want to watch it.
But
I think he should just watch it for me.
Yeah, I mean, but the guy that created the show, I believe, said he was like, I'm not going to do it if I can't think of anything interesting. Because I'm pretty sure he was like, if I don't like in a direction for it, like I'll just say, no, you're not making it.
Yeah.
So if he thinks that what he has is good, then I mean, like, fair enough, you know?
I will say, and this could be because, you know, I had to spread fucking 3 episodes over the past like 2 weeks. Like, I do think it's too slow. Like, I'm just like, please, I need to see some games. Like, just how am I still not in the games yet?
Well, it's funny because I was like, I knew it was going to get back to the games. And I was
So
like,
you
I don't
didn't want
really,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
like I was like, I'd rather see how you guys are going to be doing all this shit. Like I don't know how this ends or where it goes, but I almost would have rather seen them spend the entire season 2 trying to get to the island or whatever, or get to the games or get to the people, and fail, and then him end up there at the end more than already there.
I would rather it
But like more development than what it was doing prior.
games and then after, like that kind of versus.
Well, like him already start there and then it kind of shoot back.
Well, I mean, I think it was fine, finding it. I just
Okay.
think it took a little
Gotcha.
too long to find it. I think they could have done that shorter. But again, I could have a skewed view of
Right.
just that it took too long.
Yeah.
I'm watching fucking 15 minutes while he takes Kenji outside, like,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I watched like 5 episodes in like one day.
Yeah, so you take it with a grain of salt. It might have been
Right.
fine, like just watching it at once, and you're just like, yeah, this is normal pacing. Like,
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so far I would say at least for me, the pacing was fine.
Yeah, so
So.
like, I don't know. But, and then seeing that, and then afterwards seeing like where it goes. And especially like knowing that
double-check
there
that.
is more, I'm just like, where, where is it going kind of thing? That it's just like the unknown of like, well, are you going to have a I don't know. Like, because I'm also way more interested in, like, I forget what they're called. The ones who watch the games.
The like
The viewers.
rich
like
people,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if they go over, like, that more, which I hope they do. Because, like, I'm interested in that and, like, their whole deal and how that came to be. And, like, I'm more interested in how the games in general came to be.
All right, I don't think there's an official release, but the whole plan is that they
Like-
filmed season 1 or 2 and 3 back to back.
Okay.
And so it is coming out this year. That has
Okay.
been confirmed. They
Like,
just haven't said when.
I would like if even season 3 was just in the past, and it was like the first games or something like that. Like, it's not even this cast or,
I imagine that'll probably be a portion of it.
like, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm still
because
annoyed that
I don't know what they'd do.
I'm still annoyed that the like best version of Fly Me to the Moon that I've ever heard in the show is in the show again, and yet still not available to find anywhere.
Oh, really?
I think it's region locked. I think it's only available to listen to in Korea.
Oh,
I think. I've never been able to track it down.
Have you tried it on SoundCloud?
No, I don't ever think about SoundCloud. But
Try
also,
on
like, the only
SoundCloud.
versions I've been able to find are people just ripping it from the show, so it still has like
Oh,
the
okay.
dialogue
That's
and
probably
like
what it would-
shooting and
yeah,
the
that's-
noises, and I'm like,
that's
I don't
probably-
need that. I just want
that's-
the song.
It's probably not available then, because that's probably what it would be on SoundCloud.
Yeah, no, like those are versions that exist on like YouTube and stuff, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's not what I want. I just want the song. And yeah, haven't been able to find it. I think it's only available in Korea, and that's kind of wild that this high profile
like-
show didn't add it anywhere.
I feel like if it was available in Korea, somebody would have ripped it though and posted it
I
somewhere.
guess that's also true. So
I feel like it's probably just not available.
yeah, which again I think is kind of wild because on something that high profile, you would think they'd want it on the soundtrack or whatever.
Something about their contracts.
Probably. I mean, that's definitely what it is. But I'm just so annoyed because it sounds so good, and I'm like,
Yeah.
just let me listen to this song. Let me find out. Well, I think I know who the singer is because I think I found it. But like, I was like, just give me her singing it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they have to be stingy about it. Fucking assholes.
Yeah. Because she could make a lot more money too.
She could. Probably a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would listen to it.
Yeah.
Just fucking slap the Squid Game like soundtrack logo on that shit, and there you
Yeah.
go.
I don't know.
Have you seen any movies recently besides Sonic 3?
Craven. Like, that's it.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean,
always
at this point, should we just talk about it?
No, I'm still holding out for that Craven episode.
It's gonna be so many months after that movie came out.
Yeah. One day, I'll
One
be
day,
okay.
Sage will be able to
But,
show up.
You know what we
and
can
it won't
talk-
be an anime
I
club.
know. Actually, I feel like maybe we should just talk about that in the Craven episode. I feel like Sage would probably want to talk about it.
What?
I was gonna say about Aaron Taylor Johnson's marriage. You don't know that?
Like the actual guy marriage?
Yeah.
Wait.
T. There's like all
Well,
this.
is it bad?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
like all this drama with it that he was like allegedly groomed by his wife because
Bad and like it not he didn't do something bad.
no, he's like an angel apparently, and he's
okay.
fine, but his wife, I don't know her name. I don't know. I think it's so funny though because she's double his age, maybe more.
I think I did know that he was like in a really distance marriage, age distance marriage. But gap. That's what I was looking for. Age gap marriage.
And people call her Meemaw, and they're like, Meemaw, let him go, please. And they just like, I see that on TikTok all the time. So like, especially when he was doing the Craven like press tour, there was what did you just see?
It's just this picture that is so
Of her?
Yeah, like of the two of them together.
Oh yeah.
She's 57 and he is 34.
Yeah. So a little less than half. But
It's just
it's so bad. That's
Yeah.
so bad. Like I didn't realize I had seen him in so many things like when he was younger. So I don't know if I'm because I had seen this story a couple times over the years, so I don't know if I'm confusing him with something else. That's why I also feel like Sage would like know about it. But I want to say that she was like friends with his mom. But then at the same time, they were in an interview and I saw this and she said that she met him in his 20s. And then people were like commenting, being like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like 20, like no. Like there's literally proof that like, I guess I think they were married when he was like 18, or they were already dating in the public when he was 18 or something. So then
Are they 4 kids?
Yeah.
Damn.
Though, no, I think 4 are all his. Because he was 19 and she was pregnant with his baby. 19. Pregnant with his baby. He looked like that. She was pregnant with his baby. I don't know if I don't know if that's the right story.
Okay, they meet apparently in 2008.
I think she was like a director on a movie he worked on or something.
The actor is interested in auditioning to play blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
But I'm not positive if he's the right one that she was like friends with his mom. Not positive if that's their story. That might not be them.
He proposed to her a year later.
Sure did. But so she would say like the same like grooming things that you always hear like of like old soul, like oh he's just such an old soul, you know, to kind of be like oh they're so mature, like.
So they met when he was 18.
Allegedly. But you know, so they would always say that, and like that's why their age gap makes sense and whatever, because he's so old like inside. But so he just did do you know who, why am I blanking on what her name is? Brittany Broski is?
No.
The kombucha girl, though she's not like so much more than that now, but you might.
She's so much more than that.
Well, she is. She's like a big personality, and like she does so much more. But that's where she started, was just like the meme of kombucha girl is where she started. So you might recognize it from that.
No, I don't know who that is.
Look her up, and you might recognize her face. Look up Brittany Broski kombucha girl, and then. But so she does this like podcast YouTube show kind of thing where she has celebrities come on it, and it's called, all right, well
oh wait, she's the She's this person?
That's the kombucha.
Is that
thing.
what that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Where she's like, no. Well, maybe.
I have only ever
Yes.
really seen the 2 images, not in relation to what it was from.
But she's like she's a huge YouTuber, TikToker, like personality.
I only know her from that.
But that's why I brought up that, because most people, if they don't know her content, would know her from that, which you did exactly. Yeah. So that's why I brought it up. But so she has like her royal court show. So she has like celebrities and like other YouTubers and whatever come up on it, and then she interviews them and whatever. So for I guess it was for his Craven press tour, he came on it, and on it, I didn't watch it. I saw random like clips from it, and she like he's just, because he's kind of private, he doesn't have too much out, and I assume his wife probably does it on purpose. I mean, he could just probably be a private guy, like you don't know what it is, but
for the most part I feel like if you're famous, the goal is to be private.
That's not true. So many people like,
all right, if you're a normal person, I feel like your goal would be to be private.
There's lots of famous people that like being famous, so they like just.
And then there's Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Yeah, perfect.
I still think it's so funny where they're like, do you think he's gonna take her name?
Yes.
Just be Tom.
No, I think he's gonna be Tom Zendaya. But so he was on it, and then because you don't get to like see much of his personality because he just has it, but on this whole like press tour you really got to see him kind of shine because he was so proud of it, and like he really wanted it to work out, so it's kind of sad. And on it,
he was the best part of that movie.
I know, and he's making lots of jokes and all of this, and even like, so people are talking about it being like old soul. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's young, like he is not an old, like just from specifically watching like Brittany Broski's like royal court, they were just like, that is the most bullshit, like he can hang, like he is, Meemaw, let him go. Like, this is not, what do they even have to talk about? Because like
they have 4 kids. I think it's too late to let it go anyway.
No, I don't know. But the other thing, this was a couple years ago, there was cheating rumors that he was cheating, like he was doing some movie with somebody, and there was like cheating rumors, which is never great, but people were just so ecstatic that he was out of her clutches that they were like, well, I can forgive him. Like,
the worst part is if like it was genuinely already 18 and like there was just genuinely somehow managed to fall in love with each other, and you just have to read this stuff sometimes and you're like, this is
weird,
fucked up. Yeah. Like, if it is just genuinely like weird circumstance, but like everyone was of age.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll never know. It's all alleged.
And look, man, if they're happy, I guess, I mean, they've got 4 kids. I assume they're happy.
I mean, you could never really assume just based off of that, but I would assume because it's been so many years, not even just based off of the kids, but just because it's been so many years, I would assume they're happy.
Yeah.
I would assume they would probably just get a divorce if they didn't want to be together.
So. Yeah, that would probably be the assumption.
But yeah, it's all just alleged. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the tea with his
Good
marriage.
to know.
All alleged.
Well,
I don't know nothing about it.
Do you Never mind, I'm not gonna make the joke.
What? Do it. No, you have to.
No, it's fine.
You have to.
It's fine.
You have to. You can't just say that.
It was fine.
You have to do it.
It's not even that good of a joke to be worth it. I'm just gonna pull the ripcord.
I can't.
Generally, I guess if we're gonna save it for an episode, but like, what did you think of the movie? Have you seen the other movies like Morbius and
I feel like we talked about this last time. I saw Madam Web. I didn't see Morbius. But
any of the Venoms?
Yeah.
All 3?
No, I didn't see Last Dance.
Yeah. Well, all right. In relation to the ones you have seen, where would you put it?
Madam Web bottom.
Yep.
I mean, I really like Venom. just personally. So then I guess Craven, and then
2 in 1.
yeah.
Gotcha. The Venom movies don't do it for me.
I know, we talked about this last
Did
time.
we?
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
Yes.
But I also believe
I
you.
mean, unless we talked about it before we started recording. But me and you definitely talked about it.
I believe you. Don't remember it though.
Okay, well.
But yeah, fine, whatever. I recently was watching just because I wanted something to watch, but like shorter. So I was just on like Amazon Prime, just kind of scrolling, and stumbled upon an 80's anime like movie, and I was like, oh, I bet this is gonna be fucking weird, because anything 80's movie / OVA are gonna be the most wild, lawless fucking things you'll ever watch in your life, and boy howdy was it.
So what was it?
So it was called Wicked City.
Okay.
And it is like a neo-noir body horror
Okay.
that quickly devolves into tentacle porn.
Okay.
And it is just the wildest shit. Like, the body horror actually genuinely pretty good. Some real fucked up images that come across your screen.
Okay.
A lot of it having to do usually with like genitals in some form or another. Either be women or guys. And at one point eyeballs open up into mouths and teeth.
Oh.
And one woman like makes her entire body into seemingly a vagina. And it's weird. And this whole movie is like, there's our world and then there's the dark ones, and we've like come to a peace, but then there's the rebels, and we have to fight against the rebels and to keep the peace. And so it's like this guy who's called like a black guardsman or whatever, and the movie starts and he like is hitting on this girl at a bar, and then like they go back to her place and then they bang, and then she tries to eat him with her teeth vagina.
Okay, so it's teeth.
Only for her.
Okay.
Because all the different the black what the fuck are they called? I don't remember what the black something, but the like dark people. That sounds worse, but whatever. They keep using the term of black and darkness and all the time. So like the otherworlders, how about that?
Okay.
The otherworlders are like consistently like they can change their bodies in different ways and like fuck, because their human form is just a disguise they put on to like look normal with everybody else. And so she does that. He like pushes away and she's like, it's fine, I got what I needed, you came in me anyway. And then she like runs away and he's like
wild,
and he's like, damn, oh well.
Damn.
And then like he like goes back to his boss and he's like working some fucking stupid job, and he's like, oh, it's just a cover, I'm actually a black guardsman and I'm here to fight against the people that try to ruin the peace. And he like goes to his boss and he's like, we need you on a mission, you're getting a new partner. And he's like, I don't do partners like every other fucking 80's cop movie you've ever seen. And he's like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. And she you're going to go to the airport and meet her there. The hottest one there, that's her. Don't bang her, though, because she is one of the other worlders. And he's like,
is it her?
What, the one that tried to eat him?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
And he's like, an otherworlder blackguard. That's wild. I didn't think any of those existed. I hate those people because he's racist.
Okay.
And so anyway, goes to the airport. People jump him. He almost dies. Turns out he has a gun that like can kill these things, even though usually you're not supposed to be able to kill these things with any normal human tools.
Supernatural.
Yeah. And every time he fires the gun, it like throws him 30 feet across the ground. Except like he doesn't kill him and he fucks it up, and then the girl shows up and saves his life, and she turns out to be super hot, and he's like, oh my God, she's hot.
He did say that. He said, the hottest one there, that's her.
And then they're like, they just have this fucking banter about him hating her because
he's racist.
Yeah, he's racist. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm just here to do a job. And then they're there to like protect this like delegate who's supposed to help the peace treaty, and he turns out to be like stereotypical fucking 2 foot nothing pervy old dude. that, you know, happens in anime.
Master Roshi.
Yeah, essentially. And he's just fucking annoying. And so, like, he's sexually or assaulting her basically the entire time.
Awesome.
You know, as you do.
Yep.
They get to, like, this hotel that's supposed to be protected by this, like, psychic barrier that they can't get into. And then that fails immediately. And then this guy that breaks in there to, like, kill the dude, it, like, sees the girl, hot girl, number 5. And she's like, my ex-lover. And he's like, my ex-lover, I'm here to take you back. And she's like, I'll never love you. And he's like, that's fine. I'll just take your body instead. I don't need your heart to love me. And so then he tries to do things to her. There's a lot of nudity in this.
Okay.
So she's naked a lot of the time in this movie.
Great.
And so he tries to do things. A black guardsman comes in and fucking kills him. And he's like, sorry. And she's like, nah, it's fine. I used to love him, but not anymore. And he's like, cool. Where's the guy? And he turns out he ran away, went to a soap house or whatever the fuck they're called. The thing in Japan where, like, you go to, like, a place where they basically essentially, like, clean you and then, like, you fall. And then, no, because then you fall in love and then you can have sex. Because prostitution's illegal, but you just happen to fall in love.
A brothel?
No, there's a certain word.
Oh,
With it's like there's a certain fucking term for it.
Okay.
Whatever. I think it's called soaplands. Anyway.
Never heard of it.
Goes there, big titty girl, washing him, complimenting his dick. It's really weird. It's
okay.
And then she's like, my God, it's so big. And he's like, aha, and making jokes and then he's like,
okay.
and then he's like feeling up her tits. And then, he starts like melting into her tits, and it turns out she's also an otherworlder. And then she's like, anyway, I'm just gonna swallow you into my body and kill you, because it turns out apparently sex with otherworlders is better than any sex you could have with a real person. And when you have sex with them, they slowly drain your life essence, like a succubus, I guess.
Sure.
And then also just eat you. So she starts doing that. And then they like run in. They're like, I know exactly where he is, and they guess the exact right fucking soapland that he's at, this exact room he's in. Busted in. He's like partially like eaten by her, and so like the girl like can extend her fingernails as her weapon, so she like extends her out and like and holds the girl hostage against the wall, and she's like, pull him out. So he like yanks him out of her, and she has now like deformed body with like still perfect tits, because you know that's how that works.
The important part.
And so anyway, they kill her, and then like throughout the movie, there keeps being random acts of lightning happening. That you're just like, that everybody that is not the main two people seems to understand what they are, what the lightning is, but nobody else.
Okay.
And the audience, because you're also not sure.
Sure.
Anyway, they take him, they like bring him to another place that's supposed to have psychic barriers, but this one will hold. But on the way, because he got absorbed, and so he started like fucking dying. They're like, oh no, he's going to die. We need to take him to a hospital. So they take him to the specific hospital that's like warded. But they get like sucked into the fucking dark zone, and they're like stuck there forever. And so the girl's like, don't worry, I'll fix this. And so she like gets out of the car they're in and is like, just drive, I'll fix the problem. Then the tentacle porn happens. And so that happens to her, and she sacrifices herself to free them of the zone. They drive away. They get to the place, start healing him up, and he's like, yeah, sucks she died. She was pretty cool. And then he like walks outside and gets a vision, and it's like on the ground, and apparently everybody can watch it, where she's just getting gangbanged against her will in chains. And he's like, haha, she lived, and this is going to be what happens to her since she's a traitor to our kind. This is going to be her life for the rest of her life.
What?
And the guy's like, not if I can help it. And then everybody else is like, you can't go there. It's a trap. And he's like, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. And they're like, you can't abandon your post. And he's like, I don't care. Then I quit. And he gets in his car and drives to her, and then gets to this building that she's at. And there's like 17 million fucking otherworlders there. And he's like, I'ma kill them all though. And yet, while this is all happening, she's still getting gangbanged in the background while they're having this fight.
Bro.
And so then, like, anyway, he kills the people. There's the main guy, and he's like, all the people that died are now, like, a part of the essence of the building or some shit. And then they, like, drip their essence onto the dude. The evil dude that was like talking to him, and it like makes like armor for him, and then the gun that can kill the otherworlders all of a sudden just bounces off of him because he has like armor, and so he is like just kicking the shit out of Taki, the main guy, and is essentially about to kill him, but like lightning strikes the guy, and so then Taki like shoots his gun, and it like gets him in the mouth and then explodes his head. Except like he's still fine and like regenerating, and so Taki's like, hey, hot girl, I've broken the chains, let's get out of here. And she's like, cool, I'm still naked though, like we should get some clothes. And he's like, yeah,
Isn't
probably.
she always naked?
She's
Why
naked
does
a
it
lot.
matter now?
And so then like there's a scene where she like breaks into a clothes store, steals some clothes.
Why does it matter now?
And then they're like driving back to the hospital, and the Taki's boss is like, you abandoned your post, you're fired.
I thought he quit.
Get the hell out of here. He's fired now though. You can't quit.
Yeah.
You're fired. And so they're like, fine. They drive away, the two of them, because they're
Are they
both
in
fired.
love now?
And so like they're having this thing, and like she's essentially saying that she loves him, but he's like, you're another worlder, I don't give a fuck about
I'm
you.
still racist.
Yeah. And then turns out old guy snuck into the back of their car, and he's like, young love. And then they're driving, and they're like, why the fuck are you here? And he's being weird and pervy. And then they get attacked in like a tunnel that they're driving through by original vagina teeth girl that can shoot spider webs out of her teeth vagina. And so they try to fight her. Does not go well. They lose basically immediately.
She's the strongest one.
And so she's just like cutting into them and kills them. And then she's like about to like, she's like coming down the silk web from her tooth vagina, like gonna like eat them. And then she gets lightning down the silk web into her vagina.
Really a homie.
Yeah. And so the lightning goes into her vagina, kills her. And she's like, why?
I would like to know too.
And anyway, they wake up in a church, the two of them, and they're like, we're alive somehow. Is this a dream? And she's like, if it's a dream, I hope we never wake up. Then they have sex.
What?
And he just full on like
in the church,
I guess. And they're banging. They're just going to town. And he finishes in her. They're like, cool. Fuck.
I thought he's not supposed to finish in the other worlders.
And so then they're like, what's going on?
Wait. The teeth one said, I got what I wanted. You finished it inside me. What did that mean?
I guess she just wanted some cum.
Like,
that's it, I guess.
They never brought that back up?
Not once.
Great.
And so they're in the church, both naked. And then the doors of the church open, and the old guy starts walking in. Suddenly, he has pants. Where they came from, who knows? But he has pants suddenly. She still has no clothes. So she like takes like the blanket that they were on, and she's like covering herself with that. And he's like, haha, don't you get it? You guys are the important ones. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And apparently, turns out he's the lightning guy because he has psychic powers. And he brought them back to life with psychic powers. And their children are going to be, because otherworlders and humans can't have kids. But they can, because once in a millennia or some shit. Because
if you bang in this church,
because they've
then
been
you
like,
can have kids.
Yeah, because they've like been doing studies with otherworlders and humans that like they're genetically close enough that they could probably have kids. And so they're like, anyway, he's like, anyway, you're pregnant. Hey, Taki, can you love her? And he's like, no.
I'm still racist.
He's like, no, I don't think I can. She's like, I get it. Okay, sure. And so he goes to like leave. And then something attacks them. The guy whose head was regrowing. He couldn't die.
How long is this movie?
Like 80 minutes.
How? Seriously, it's been going on for 3 hours.
And then like they're fighting on the top of the church. The elder dude with like fucking psychic abilities falls into the dude's shadow and then gets like stabbed a bunch by like tentacles. And then is seemingly fine. He gets out of there and is like unhurt. They eventually manage to kill unkillable dude. And Taki like helps. And then they're like
helps.
And then she already is affected by the pregnancy because during the end of this fight, she suddenly flies and has like massive power boost and fucking eviscerates this dude. And the old dude's like, "Oh wow, I didn't think the pregnancy would kick in this fast, but hey, she already got the powers." And so then she's apparently Superman.
Okay.
Because of having a child. So
an embryo, essentially.
Not even. Like, it's probably not even fertilized at that point.
I don't know.
Then he's like, maybe I can love her.
I can love Superman.
And then the movie kind of ends.
They don't have the baby?
They have to like go to the peace treaty thing because there's, the hope for humanity and the other world.
Why does he keep coming in the other worlders? Why can't he pull out?
He doesn't know pull out.
Like,
and so then the movie ends with him like running up staircase and he's like, well, my kids are not going to be doing anything anytime soon. Kid.
Oh, I was like, he had more?
Yeah. He's like, they're not going to be doing anything anytime soon because, they're not born yet, I guess. So I might as well keep being a blackguard. And then he like turns and shoots a thing and the movie ends. And that's the movie.
That's art.
80s.
Did that win awards?
No. 80s OVAs and movies from anime are just the weirdest shit. Like, there were no laws then.
I need to cleanse my mind.
And on that note, we're going to end this episode early.
Yeah.
Because we have stuff to do.
Yep.
So, have fun with that. Go watch that movie. Experience it for yourself. God. It's free on Amazon. Wicked City. Have fun. Just, know what you're getting into. A lot of non-consensual stuff happens. Anyway, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. You have 3 weeks to watch Freerun Beyond Journey's End. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow, check out Kat, Captain Moonstar on Twitch. And we will see you guys next week for whatever it is we talk about.
Bye. Bye.